guys, things have been happening since the last time I had you aboard. For one thing, my wonderful DeWalt over there, the battery gave out, and I got the charger at home and an extra battery at home. I didn't bring either, so I went out and bought a Ryobi, and this thing is a devil, man. This thing is got some serious torque to it, and it's working great. So what I've done, I've already pre-drilled all the holes with this wonderful little bit. This is a bevel bit, and with all the drilling I've done down there, over here port side, and I'm on the last hole right here. This poor bevel drill bit is getting really dull. That's all right. This is the last one you have to do, and after that you can take a rest. Okay, so I'm just good drill bit. So anyway, I'm on the last one. Once I get this done, I'm going to tape everything like I did this, like these other three. The whole reason for that is right here. When you get to doing putting that, you get to putting on the thickened epoxy with that gun that we got. Okay, what happens is this: it tends to get all over everything, and it takes, gets it, and you can't really get that off without injuring the paint. So I'm saying forget it. Every one of these holes are getting masked, and whatever I get on it, it's going to be on the tape and not on the deck. Okay, once I've got this one done, I'm going to do the same thing here, and so all of the holes are going to be masked off and ready to go ahead and get out my marvelous little thickened epoxy gun and fill them. Just fill them full up. And then we'll let you know what we're doing. Well, I'm going to let you know right now. You see this deck? I do not like the texture of this. I did a very poor job on it. Is it textured? You bet it is. Very, very heavily so. But it looks like a porcupine. I don't like it. So what I started doing, and people are going to shoot me for it, I don't care. Okay, what I started doing is doing some light sanding and take the top off the take the top off from that. And you see the difference between that and that, I hope. And that's really smacking away. You get the idea. So I'm going to do that all over both sections of deck here. And after I get done with that, I'm going to paint it white. All of it. The whole deck is getting painted white. And I think it'll bring it back to looking more normal, more like the original deck that I had on this boat, and I'm kind of all for that. I was really excited about the tan. I'm not such a happy camper anymore. All right, let's get to work. Finish this last hole. One of the other things I did, I got the bow pulpit up here and put it on and lined it up. Lo and behold, everything is perfectly aligned, just perfect. So I'm a happy camper. That's really, really good. All the screw holes are going to be right on the button. Just going to drill down through, put the backing plates on down below, down in the chain locker, and then from there, we're about home. I've got a whole big reel of white beetle tape that I'm going to be using to line everything as we bed it. It's kind of a bedding compound, and then we just put the bolts on, the nuts on down below, and we're good to go. Okay, I'm going to quit right here. There's a rubbery stuff that's in here from the previous owner. They put some stuff down, and it's going to take me a while to dig that out. But anyway, okay, you see where we're at. Once I get this done, I'll bring you back up to speed when we get to doing, filling these holes with thickened epoxy. Well, at long last, the holes are all prepped. I'm all stuffed up from hay fever. The pollen out here is ridiculous. But anyway, the holes are all prepped, masked off. I'm going to go get my thickened epoxy tubes and see if I can't get one of those running a whole lot better than I did last time. when I did these right here, oh, just cut myself in the chest with the peak of the boat here, or whatever. Okay, but anyway, when I did those, I did not have the tip of it cut big enough, and it was working like crazy to get the thickened epoxy out of the tube. Anyway, this time we're not going to make that mistake. All these, we're going to have free-flowing, lots of thickened epoxy going right into every one of these holes. And since I've got them masked off, it's not going to be that much of a problem, I don't think. Okay, guys, here we are back up in Vermont, and I'm here to introduce this section on filling all the pots with the thickened epoxy. It took almost 2 hours to fill every one of those 12 holes plus the 2 holes of the forward 2 cleat holes. I mean, the forward 2 holes of the deck cleat. So yeah, it's very, very time consuming. So what I'm going to be doing is doing little clips, clip of the forward, starboard, and you get an idea. And so I'm not going to show all 2 hours. Everybody be bored stiff and leave the video. So I'm going to do this and try to make it speed ahead because I've got more important stuff to do, including finally getting that deck cleat secure at home. So just to let you know, that's why you're not going to be seeing every bit of almost 2 hours of pot filling with the thickened epoxy. Okay, done. All right, I've already got this going. And it is going a lot better this time. A lot better. Filling these holes, kidding me? A lot better. This one is going to take a long time to fill. Because I got a big gap underneath here. I want to get these pots just as full as I can possibly get them. And you know what? These don't have to be perfect exactly. I'll tell you why. It's because after the hole is drilled and we get ready to put the bolt down through, we're using white beetle tape. My brother found his stuff from the last time when they did his foredeck on Slipaway. And I've got a big batch of more than I'm ever going to use. Okay, there's a big old opening right there. Get some more into that. very, very old caulking gun that belonged to my dad, and I had to lube it all up with some lithium grease. But even now, I've come to the conclusion that part of the reason this comes out so hard is just because of what you're attempting to do. You're taking epoxy and thickening resin and mixing them inside this narrow tube and trying to get them all out together at the end. Well, yeah, I mean, I love the idea, but I'll tell you what, you're really having to work it, pulling on the caulking handle to get this stuff to come out all together. Try to tap it down in there so that it'll fill all the way out to the edges. Literally just fill that pot to overflowing. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, that's done. So far this is working, by the way, the whole idea of taping it off, because as far as I can tell, I've not gotten a lick of this 610 thickened epoxy on the actual deck in any way. Sorry guys, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing here. This is one of those big open holes, and I'm trying to get that filled down inside there. Oh yeah. I'm going to shut up for a few minutes. I'm trying to get this down there and stick to the walls so I can get it to harden up as a solid block instead of continue to drip down through. And there he goes. There he goes. I'll just keep filling this thing until I run out, if I have to. This most difficult one I've had to deal with. Put some more on top. All right, I think we're good. Wow. Here we are starboard, the aft foot of the bow pulpit. This is the one that I was trying to fill and fill and fill, and there's a lot of epoxy gone down in there. These are filled right up to the top. Those are nicely filled pots. Yeah, it's where you have a hollow below that you end up with having to try to fill it to where everything sticks to the side enough to where by the time you get done, you have a buildup that is adequate to just completely seal that hole. Okay, here we are up in the bow. Similar thing up here, but not quite. This is I'm not seeing any little dimples. Hang on. Yeah, no, this is looking good. This is looking good. And lastly, I'm leaning across the deck here. And, okay. That's my bow pulpit. Okay, good. And these are nicely filled. Okay, those are going to be re-drilled. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it, finally. All these are done. The only thing I have not done on here are two things. Number one, the cowling that is going to be over here. And number two, the hose pipe that's going to be over here. Now, the way that it's set up on my bow pulpit, what's going on is the bow pulpit is going to... hang on. Let me get down off this ladder. We'll talk about it. Okay, so the bow pulpit is going to be coming up right here, and the anchor hanger is right here, okay, right about there. And so what you want to do is that as the line is coming up, the line and the chain, you want it right about there, right? That's where you want your hose pipe to be. Before, it was further back like that, and it was a mess. It was all rotted out so badly that I had to completely fill that area. And so I'm going to bring it up a little further, like up into here, and put the hose pipe right about there, and it'll still be within good range for the line and the chain coming off to be able to go down through into the chain locker below. Keep in mind that this deck cleat, that deck cleat is virtually right in the dead center of the chain locker below. In other words, looking up, you're just about dead center. And so any place close between where the anchor is and the chain and the line coming off is between that here and there would be fine in here. So we got to probably put it right in there. Anyway, we'll do that tomorrow. For tonight, we're good. So we're going to call this quits. And yeah, came off really well. Thank you guys for stopping by. Another wonderful adventure aboard Little Girl. Well, the new bolt holes, these forward two bolt holes that we plugged last night are all re-drilled. Everything is perfect. Everything is right on center. So we're good to go. Next thing we're going to do will be to bed those with some beetle tape. But I've got to put a plate on below where we can put our, snug the nuts up against the plate. And so that's going to be my next little chore. And but I think I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to maybe get everything in place with all the bolts lined up so that the underwork down in the chain locker can go on afterward. So I think that's where we're headed right now. Well, guys, we're about to do a first for me. I've never used beetle tape, otherwise known as butyl tape, but we've got all this massive reel of this stuff right here that my brother loaned me. I'll never use a teeny weeny portion of it, but what I'm going to do is try to get these 4 bolts in place, put caulking on the bottom of them. Yeah, well, we'll just kind of work with it and see what we get. All right, so I have my deck cleat all seated with butyl tape on the wrapped around each of the bolts going down through the deck, and I have my 4 nuts here. I'm going to go down below. I already made my deck plate that the bolts are going to go through. I'm going to get down below and put the nuts on and see if we can't tighten this. I may have to have somebody turning the screws up here, the bolts up here. But well, let's go ahead and try it for now and see what we get. Well, guys, I got down here and I started tightening up one of these bolts, and I realized these weren't anywhere near tight. Okay, this is going to be fun seeing how much of the beetle tape squeezes out upstairs. I want you to see the difference of how far down I spun that one. So I'm going to go back through every one of these and cinch them down. I brought my ratchet set, and I'm going to spin all these down. I'll show you. I don't know if I can do this all at once here. Let's see if I can. Okay, that looks like it's going to hold. Let me see. Give me just a second here. Okay, let's give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what we got here. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, that's going down. Very difficult doing this looking through a camera lens instead of looking at it straight on. Tell you what, guys, I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll show it to you when we're done. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you remember how far down those nuts were. That is way down. There is so much tightening that's gone on. It's unbelievable. None of those nuts really want to go much further at all. And I hesitate to do too hard on it. You know, you've got, what do I want to say? Balsa coring, and I don't want to crush it. But at the same time, those things are so tight now that this is one solid deck cleat. It ain't going nowhere. Let's go upstairs. Let's go up on the deck and see how much of the beetle tape is squeezed out since cinching them way down like this. Wow, that's a lot. All right. Seems weird that being on Cape Cod, we are hearing cicadas. I didn't even know they came this far north. I thought they were completely a southern animal, a southern insect, I should say. But this is the year of the cicada on Cape Cod, I guess. Right now I can only hear them at a distance. This morning they were really loud, and they were much closer to where we are now. Okay. Next step. That ain't going anywhere. By the way, you grab hold of that deck cleat right now and start to shake it, the whole boat shakes. That thing is on there. I'll tell you what, I love it. This deck is solid as a rock. Just really nice. Compared to where it was 4 years ago when we cut it up and it was rotted all to pieces. Okay, down below, I got to get down the chain locker and check this bolt right here. See if I can get a little more slack on it. Okay, so we're back topside. I checked over here starboard, and basically we didn't get any more squash out from tightening down below. I thought we might, but we didn't. Everything's looks like the beetle tape has done all the slack it's going to take. Maybe a little more coming, but here on the port, yeah, definitely we've got some more coming out, particularly on this forward bolt. So anyway, yeah, we're going to let that sit in the sun. Let that beetle tape ooze out as long as it wants to, and then we'll trim it off. In the meantime, that ain't going nowhere. That that deck cleat is home for good. That is awesome, awesome. This deck is finally coming together, guys, after 4 years. So let's get back to work. We got other stuff to do. All right, so that was it on the deck cleat. It was so solid. I mean, when you grabbed hold of that and shook it, you were shaking the boat on the stand. I mean, that is a rugged deck cleat. That ain't going nowhere. Now, what I did, I let it stand probably for the rest of the day, and there's some more of the beetle tape squished out, and basically I just go around it with my pocket knife and trim it. But the beauty is, you know, on a very warm day like that, it's going to ease out, and you expect that. You know, the beauty is that that beetle tape is down there, and it is all completely surrounding those bolts and basically sealing the top of the hole where the bolts go down through. So yeah, I mean we're good to go with that. And yeah, that finishes that section. Now in our next video coming up, what we're going to be doing is cutting the hole for the hose pipe, and you'll see that's for somebody that has done as much work as I've done on that deck over the last 3 years. That's a little nerve-wracking when you cut a 2-inch hole through a deck. But anyway, we'll bring you aboard next time, and we'll show you how we get that done and the whole process. Because you know when you cut up that kind of a hole, you need to take some precautions, and we did. So all right, guys, thank you for coming by Restoring a Little Girl. Hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll catch you next time around.